Hello everybody. I got a new phone, so the camera is way better quality. I'm very happy about that. I've been learning guitar more recently, been working out a little bit more, spending a lot of time with my cousins when they were down. So that's why I wasn't making videos for a little bit. I shaved again, obviously, as you can tell. I look like I'm 12. Um, it's quite funny. I'm 20 years old, by the way. I'm turning 21 in August. Um, but anywho, I wanted to talk about what did I want to talk about? Oh yeah, failure. I wanted to talk about failure because I don't have my driver's license yet. I'm 20 years old and I don't have my driver's license yet. Um, just never really cared enough to stop doing what I was doing to just say, "Hey, I got to get my driver's license." And nobody really urged me to get it. There was no really support like, "Oh, you got to get it." Like there's just none of that in my life, and so I just didn't get it. I didn't even think about it. I've driven before, uh, and I got my permit. It was a whole journey. Anyways, I went to take the driving test and I failed it, and I was so angry. Every time I fail at something, I get pretty angry. You know, um, I was angry because not just because I failed, but because I had to wait in line for 4 hours. And I'm like, all right, I got to wait in line for another 4 hours again. And I didn't really like the people that were testing me. They didn't really have enough compassion, in my opinion. They weren't nice enough. And joke's on them, they work at the DMV, you know. And the DMV is a joke. Anyways, let's talk about failure. I've failed many times in my life, which is amazing and I shouldn't be ashamed of it. Failure is something that every successful person has been through more times than any unsuccessful person has been through. Because unsuccessful people fail at something and then they don't try it again. Successful people might fail a billion times and they still try again. Failure is a sign of trying, of following your dreams, of following your heart, of trying to do what you want to do. That's what failure is a sign of. It's a sign of growth, it's a sign of learning. It's not a sign of, um, oh, I suck at that. You sucked at it. Maybe that's why you failed. But now you're better at it because you failed. Like, it's funny, even playing guitar, like, how many times I've failed and how much muscle memory you have to go. And there's all kinds of things you got to take into consideration and learn with everything, not just guitar, not just driving, but like everything. Any instrument, any anything in life, any business venture, any expedition, any investment, you're gonna fail sometimes. Anything you try to put together, sometimes you're gonna fail, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with failing. Failure is a sign of strength in a way. Um, at least a second failure is. The more you fail, the stronger you are because it's like, man, he failed once. Is he going to get back up and do it again? And then he'd do it again. And it's like, man, he failed twice. Is he going to do it again? And then he'd do it again. You just get stronger and stronger, and you look stronger and stronger every time you retry it. So failure really helps us become stronger and look stronger to other people as well. There's nothing wrong with failing. I just felt like I had to make a video about that. Every master of anything has failed many times, and they will fail more, and they like to fail. Failure is not a bad thing. It sounds bad, and we've been conditioned to think that it's bad, and there's been so many repercussions and systematic downfalls because of failure when it came to school or work or anything like that. And it's conditioned us to make us think that, man, failure sucks and it's just bad. But failure is not bad. It doesn't suck. Now, don't get me wrong. I would love to be the guy that just never fails and just always succeeds and just like never even has to try, because at that point you don't need to fail, because if you needed to fail, you would have. That's the perfect thing about failure, is it's perfect in a way. If you're not good at something, you fail at it. And if you're good at it, you don't. When you need failure, failure will always come. It's the greatest teacher, you know. I think that's what Yoda once said in Star Wars. I can't teach him, he's unteachable. Let failure teach him, because failure is the greatest teacher, a greater teacher than me. He said something like that. I don't remember. When he was trying to teach Luke how to use the Force or whatever. Anyways, I'm not a huge Star Wars fan, but there you go. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video. It feels good to be back, and thank you for watching my video. I'll be back in a flash. I might do some guitar tutorials. I can play Smoke on the Water, Satisfaction, and a little bit of Horse with No Name. I know those are all the easy ones, but you gotta do the easy ones before you do the hard ones sometimes, and I learned that the hard way. Learning things the hard way, that's another thing, is when you learn things the hard way, it's better than learning them the easy way from my experience, because when you learn things the hard way, you gain wisdom that you obviously needed, and you gain experience. And experience is very enriching, whether it's good or it's bad. It's enriching because it's like, man, I did that. It fulfills you. Experience will always fulfill you. And it'll give you a sense of accomplishment, a sense of man, I did that, you know. And it will emanate a sense of wonder and charisma, you know, being experienced and knowing how to do something. Or just being able to say, man, I did that. When you learn things the easy way and you don't fail or nothing goes wrong, you don't have the experience, you know. And it takes a lot longer to learn. I think it's actually better to learn things the hard way a lot of the times. That's how I've always kind of learned things. Anyways, love you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video, and I'll be back in a flash. Thank you for watching my video. Thanks. I appreciate it.